Hi, hello, it's Nikki and welcome to my messy bookshelf. Today I am here with a tag video. I am here with an original tag, the Booktube community Joy and Gratitude tag. And this was an original tag created by Pat at Book Chat with Pat to commemorate her reaching the incredible milestone of achieving 2,000 subscribers. And I honestly can't think of anyone more deserving than Pat. She has been so kind to me, to everyone, basically, that she comes into contact with on Booktube. So I am very grateful to her for tagging me in this original tag. So jumping right in, I will get started. So the prompts center around themes such as joy, friendship, laughter, community, and gratitude. So the first one is joy. Name an author whose books bring you joy, or discuss a specific book that makes you feel joyful. And the first author that came to mind was Frances Hodgson Burnett. And I think I have read all of her major novels, the adult ones and the children's ones. There may be other ones that I haven't read, but I will eventually get to them if there are. But she was an author who wrote such heartwarming stories. Like, I literally feel such a sense of joy at the end of each one of these books. I have not read one by her that I have not loved, whether it's her adult stuff or her children's ones. So these are some of her children's ones, and they just give you such a warm and fuzzy feeling. So yes, she was the first one that I thought of for this prompt. And she's the only one that like really stuck with me because I literally feel that feeling with every single one of her books. Number 2, discuss something about Booktube that you find joyful. So I find the community itself joyful because I am a very shy, awkward, socially anxious person. I struggled to find it in me to make a channel to begin with because I didn't know if it would be worth it. So I find the fact that people are so kind and so friendly and open to discussion with other people, I just find that joyful. And people have been very, very wonderful since I have been part of this community. It's only been about 6 or 7 months, but I couldn't be happier. So friendship is the next theme we have. Discuss a book that focuses primarily on friendship, and I would not be me if I did not mention the best example that I could think of, and that is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And what can I say? The friendship in this book, or in these books, keep me rereading year after year. I don't reread the whole trilogy every year necessarily, but sometimes I do. And sometimes I will read one of them. And the friendships in here, for me, are just as amazing as the world building. And keeps me coming back year after year after year. So Lord of the Rings. Laughter. Discuss an author or a specific book that makes you laugh. And I could not mention one that I recently read, and that is The Pickwick Papers by Charles Dickens. This book had me cracking up probably more than any other book that I have ever read, with the exception of a series that I listened to on audio, which was Why Mummy Drinks by Jill Sims. And yes, so funny. I adored this book so much, and I just read it, and I know that this is going to be one that I return to again and again as much as possible because it is quite chunky. Another one that recently had me cracking up as well was The Convenient Marriage by Georgette Heyer. And this one, I was reading this as I was waiting for a coworker that I had taken to the emergency room. And I was sitting in the ER waiting room laughing out loud from time to time. So yeah, a little bit inappropriate, but you know what? We all need a little more laughter in our lives, I think, anyway. Okay, moving on. Discuss a book, or community. Discuss a book where the idea of community is important. And what came to mind for me initially was Little House on the Prairie. This is a series that I have been going through with my daughter and that I read as a child. I did not read the whole series as a child, but I read several of the books as a child. And specifically with this one, there is a necessity for community. They are pioneers. They're going out to the middle of nowhere and your nearest neighbor is 3 miles away and you need said neighbor to help you build a well or build a house. Or if your entire family gets sick, to come and administer medicine. So community, literally essential in these stories. And yes, they are outdated, but I still love them. And my daughter has been enjoying them as well. Another one was one that I read this year, and that was The Ogress and the Orphans. And this is a story about an orphanage. And all the children in the orphanage have a wonderful little community amongst themselves. So I thought of this one as well. This one, you need to read it. It was such a charming story. And then discuss a communal reading experience that you have had. And the only thing that I can really think of is years and years ago, reading The Hunger Games. Everybody at my job, including my husband, was reading The Hunger Games. We were all reading it at the same time, and it was very fun because that's one of the only times where I've had so many people to discuss books with in my real life. So that was fun, and I will always remember that. I think we also read Game of Thrones that year. So Hunger Games and Game of Thrones in the same year, the same people, and it was a lot of fun. And then finally, we have gratitude. Name a book in which a character demonstrates real gratitude, or name a book that left you feeling a sense of gratitude. So for this, I will share 2 books that give me a sense of gratitude. And they are ones that I have talked about before on my channel. The Trumpet of the Swan by E.B. White. And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. And the reason why these books fill me with gratitude is because this is the book that initially made me a reader. This is the book that as a child, I was like, I cannot stop and I must keep reading. And then this is the book that made me an adult reader because I think I was in 6th or 7th grade and it was on a summer school reading list. And I was not enjoying everything we were reading in school during the school year, but over the summer, this book. I started reading adult books after that book, and these are the books that made me into a reader. So I will always be grateful, and I will always love these 2 books. So they are very special to me for that reason, and I am very grateful to them. But finally, the last prompt was to tag some people, and honestly, I think that everyone that I watch was already tagged in this video, so I'm copping out again, and I will just say that if you are interested in this tag, I will absolutely tag you. You are tagged, consider yourself tagged, but I thank you so much if you made it to the end of this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.